This week on Channel 8 News, we will be taking a look at a teach-in series hosted by the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, a speech about the complexities of domestic violence, a night filled with relaxing music by the Northwest Jazz and Studio Jazz Ensembles, and more.
Your Channel 8 News starts right now.
Thanks for tuning in to Channel 8 News. I'm Courtney Rowe.
And I'm Alexis Kunert.
Last Thursday, a teach-in series was hosted by Northwest's Department of Humanity and Social Sciences.
This series took place in Volk Center here on campus, and this week's topic focused on U.S. citizenship. Kenzie Denning has more on the story.
On Thursday, October 7th, the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences hosted another Occupy Volk session. Occupy Volk is a teach-in series exploring topics of political science, geography, and history in America. A professor chooses to speak about an issue and its historical context. Matt Johnson, a professor here, spoke about We the People Revisited. After he presented his topics, I spoke with him to get a better insight on what We the People Revisited is.
Of looking back to the Constitution and exploring how we the people has changed over time, how our concept of who a citizen is has changed over time. And I wanted to have students think about the United States citizenship is not a closed thing, but something that is constantly evolving. Well, it seemed timely. There was also a connection with civility and citizenship. With my students, they know that I'm an advocate for voting and for civic engagement. And when I look around the world, I look around the United States, I look around Maryville, we could use a little more civility.
After speaking with Matt, I spoke with the department chair, Dawn Gilly.
Is representative of the entire department, so geography, criminology, as well as political science, history, military science, and emergency and disaster management. In terms of the audience, it's meant to be campus-wide. So anybody on campus can participate, come and watch. In terms of the faculty, it tends to be just us, but I have a feeling that perhaps next semester, if not later, we're going to start opening it up to other faculty on campus who have something to say about diversity, equity, and inclusion within their own disciplines.
Occupy Volk happens every other Thursday at 7 p.m. in room 118. The Thursdays that these events occur on, a different professor will speak about different topics. For more information about these events, go to the university calendar for future dates and times, or you can watch the Facebook live stream. This has been Kenzie Denning with Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Kenzie.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at a key speaker who talks about the many complexities of domestic violence, followed by a jazz performance held outside the pavilion here on campus. Don't go away. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Alexis Kunert.
And I'm Courtney Rowe. Over the course of this semester, there have been a lot of events here on campus focused on sexual assault and domestic abuse.
That's right, Courtney. Some of these events have ranged from visual displays to interactive workshops. Last Wednesday, guest speaker Beverly Gooden spoke at the Charles Johnson Theater about the complexities of this issue. Uhoman April Moltok has more.
The Student Activities Council invited Beverly Gooden to speak at the Charles Johnson Theatre on Wednesday, the 6th of October. Beverly, a writer and social activist known for starting the Why I Stayed hashtag, spoke for an hour about the signs to watch out for in an abusive relationship.
I've come face to face and tweet to tweet with people who ask, why did you stay? Why don't victims of domestic violence just leave? Why don't they just run? So tonight I want to tell you my personal story of domestic violence. I'll talk to you about some domestic violence among young adults. We'll get into victim blaming. We'll talk about the signs of domestic violence. And then I'll also share with you 3 ways that I believe we can all work together to help prevent domestic violence and dating violence starting today.
Her message was amazing in a variety of aspects, really being able to hear her story, but then her taking the time to answer questions from students and faculty and community members and everything. I feel as though kind of people came in just kind of wanting to know more, to get information, how they can help, what things are happening currently that they can do to kind of give back. And so I think she was able to hit on the mark on all of that and really be able to bring that information and inspire people to speak up, to say something, to help out and just be there for others, whether that is through volunteering, just talking to people, or even just getting the message out even more. And so I think she was able to bring all of that, and I hope that everybody who was in attendance tonight felt that way and felt that they walked away hearing a message, and a very impactful message at that.
The Wellness Center and University Police are available for those who need to talk to someone. If you see something, say something. For the stories that matter to you, I have been Uhuman April Moltok.
Thanks, Uhuman. Domestic abuse and domestic violence are still things that are so prevalent in our community, and it happens even here at Northwest, whether or not we see it, which is why I'm so grateful that us here at Channel 8 News get the opportunity to report and cover on these types of things, because at the end of the day, silence leads to more violence, which is exactly why we need to be talking about it.
Definitely, I agree with you, Courtney. I'm so glad we get to shed the light here on this topic at Northwest. Last Monday, the Northwest Jazz and Studio Jazz Ensembles performed outside the pavilion, representing a variety of musical jazz styles.
These ensembles have been practicing since the beginning of the semester and have still had to overcome a lot of the COVID-19 obstacles along the way. Lauren Adams has more on the story.
The Northwest Jazz Ensembles held their first concert of the semester at the College Park Pavilion on Monday, October 4th. Having the concert outside allowed for them to safely avoid certain COVID restrictions that affected their quality of music. This is something the ensemble is grateful for after lots of rehearsing.
We've been practicing since the beginning of the school year. When classes started, we started that Wednesday, and we've been going every Monday, Wednesday, Friday since.
Because we're playing outdoors, we can actually play without masks on. For most of our rehearsals, when they're indoors, the students have to play with bell covers over their instruments and with masks. And so basically they use masks with a hole in the center and they kind of fit their mouthpiece in. So we're glad to be able to have good weather tonight and play outside where we don't have to have masks. The students will still have bell covers on their instrument. Just live music in general, especially with this pandemic, we've really just the opportunity to perform and the opportunity for audiences to come hear live performances. It's a real gift.
Jazz music isn't just about performing to them. It's about something much greater.
Many of the students in this group are music education majors, and they're going to be band directors or choir directors in the public schools. And so it's good for them to learn about this music and kind of how to put together a group.
I've been in the jazz band for 5 years now, and I really enjoy it because I like playing lead, and I don't know, ever since I started playing jazz, it's one of those things you can feel in your soul. I just really like it. It's fun to play.
Music, a lot of the time, it brings people together, and it's something that everyone can enjoy in some capacity.
I think it's fun to hear all the different types of music, and with jazz especially, to play a whole bunch of stuff. You get to play Latin pieces, swing pieces, stuff that's native to Kansas City, stuff that's from other countries. You get to play a variety of things, and I really enjoy it. You get to hear a lot of sounds from all around the world.
If you didn't have the chance to see the jazz ensembles last week, their next concert is on Monday, November 8th. For the stories that matter to you, this has been Lauren Adams with KNWT Channel 8 News.
Thanks, Lauren. I'm personally not a big fan of jazz, but our Northwest Ensemble is extraordinary. What do you think, Courtney?
See, I, on the other hand, am a jazz music connoisseur. I love Frank Sinatra, Glenn Miller, and I think our Northwest Jazz Ensemble does a fantastic job of embodying those classical jazz pieces and artists. And I'm not gonna lie, when I'm in the audience, I'm getting super turned up when I'm out there. I love watching them perform, and I'm so excited to see how some of their jazz music careers progress. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at how COVID-19 booster shots will soon be coming to the Maryville area. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Courtney Rowe.
And I'm Alexis Kunert.
COVID-19 is still wreaking havoc worldwide as the virus continues to grow and evolve into new and stronger strands. There's been a lot of research studies and discussions amongst many health officials within the CDC and its Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices that those who are vaccinated will need booster shots.
Many medical clinics have already started offering booster shots, and soon the Maryville area will be included. Mosaic Medical Center, alongside Northwest Missouri State University and the Nottoway County Health Department, will be hosting a vaccine booster clinic on November 9th.
The only vaccine boosters that have been approved are the Pfizer boosters. The Nottoway County Health Department, along with the ACIP, encourages those ages 50 to 65 plus with underlying medical conditions to get a booster. Others who are eligible are those who are at increased risk for exposure and transmission, including healthcare workers, teachers, grocery workers, and more. Personally, I know that COVID is still a thing, whether or not we like to admit it, and getting those vaccinations, getting those vaccine boosters will be the next step in order to reach herd immunity. How do you feel about that, Alexis?
I definitely agree with you, Courtney. I do think that COVID is less likely to be around when we all have our vaccine shots.
Definitely. So go get those vaccines. That is all the time we have here for Channel 8 News. Be sure to tune in every Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. right here at KNWT Channel 8.
Or you can find us on our YouTube page at KNWT TV. From all of us here at Channel 8 News, I'm Alexis Cooner.
And I'm Courtney Rowe.
And have a great night.